On to you Taurus out here. So you Taurus have the Seven of Wands, the Tower. Wouldn't be a Taurus video if there was no Scorpio. And the Five of Pentacles. So the Seven of Wands and the Tower represents a problem that you Taurus have had to essentially learn to get over, learn to actually grow from. And then the Five of Pentacles is understanding the nihilism, the uselessness of trying to. So what I'm seeing here for you, okay, so what I'm seeing here, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. So what I'm talking about is that a lot of you Taurus are learning how to actually walk away from the nihilism. And what I mean by that is how other people, I guess, online, specifically dating coaches, podcasts, right? That's very important to a lot of people. A lot of people are checking out those videos. Now, I'm saying all this to say that because those types of people have you thinking that you need to try. You need to alpha your way through it. You need to thug it out. You need to look smacks. You need to do this, do that, do the other. You need to go to the gym in order to pick up people, right? Become more attractive. Listen, a lot of you Taurus have came to the conclusion yourself that none of that stuff is worth it because all you're doing is essentially playing a game. And that if you go to the gym specifically to look smacks, I'm just using that as an example, you're not going to find an individual, or I should say find and attract an individual that is a good fit for you. Even if you were to find somebody that's a good fit for you, you'll still run them off because you'll be overly suspicious that they essentially are up to something. And the truth of the matter is that that's true. Because one thing that it is that I've been talking about since 2021, since I started to put y'all on game with this, right, is the fact that you have to really understand that what's going on here, right? What's going on here is, right? What's going on is this, right? We're supposed to ultimately come to these conclusions ourselves. That the seemingly radical stuff that I was talking about free will and how it is that there's no point in looks maxing, that's natural. These are things that I've naturally come to from really understanding that from not only my own understanding, but my understanding or my wisdom came from experience. Tried being a gangster, tried sagging my pants, tried cheesy pickup lines, tried that trash. I tried all of that. Tried, trying to convince somebody that I'm going to go away and all that trash. These people are crazy. Until I realized those people that I was trying to engage like that is crazy. They're not really, they're really on the short yellow bus, really. So wherever it is that I can take it, I'm not going to get what it is that I want trying to outmatch them and crazy. They're crazier than me as far as being out there. That's not my bag. You feel what I'm saying? That's not my style. That's not my race. That's not what I do. And I realized that because of the fact that I realized that wasn't my strength, I'm able now to put my energy into someone that is much more worth me putting my energy into. So the thing about it is that the Five of Pentacles is you walking away. And the thing is that everybody's supposed to come to this conclusion on their own. The people who are the most lost or I ain't gonna say the most, but the people who are very lost are people who are going to run this race because it's a hamster wheel race. They're not going anywhere. They're running this race thinking they could look smacks and alpha their way through it and do this and run and all this other type of stuff when they don't seem to understand that, once again, there is a such thing as free will. It doesn't matter how good you look. If a person is a player, if a person wants to treat people like trash, you're just going to be a handsome or a beautiful person that they treat like trash. So this ideology of like, because what I'm trying to say is that it's an internal thing. It's a thing with them where they are broken internally. So you looks maxing, you looking handsome and beautiful and all this other type of stuff to get them to not disrespect you, it's not going to work because they do it to literally everybody. Literally, they do it to everybody. There's not a single person that's the exception to that. If they had children, they do it to their children. They do it to everybody. You know what I'm saying? They do it to everybody. This is facts. We could go over this. They do it to everybody. They teach their children this rhetoric. They teach their children this garbage, which they're ruining their children's future. Or if they don't teach their children this dysfunction, right? They just treat their children like pure garbage outright. So they either teach, so even if they have little ones, right? They teach their children this garbage directly or indirectly. They do it to everybody. So it's like this ideology that they're going to look smacks and all this stuff. And a lot of you Taurus came to that conclusion yourself. This is why it's so important, because it's in that is the real evolution. This is what I've been saying since 21. It's in that is the real evolution. It's in that, because now you have a better understanding as to that. Now you have the Ace of Swords and the Emperor. Now it is that you see what it is that I'm talking about. That at the end of the day, you essentially have to do what? You have to become great for you. You don't go to, see, this is what I'm talking about. There's levels to this. The lower individuals, the lower octave individuals are going to think, the lower dysfunctional people are going to think, oh, to pick up people, right? That's why I go to the gym. The higher octave people are going to think, oh, I go to the gym for my health. This is about self-discovery. This is about making sure that I'm good. This is about making sure that not only am I good, but I'm on point. I actually am healthy. If I go ahead and I look smacks, it's literally for me, because I want to make my appearance better. I want to look as good as I possibly could. Not for anybody in particular, but I'm doing it so I can look presentable, right? I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it so that I can be on point. For me, I can look at without liking too much, but like the mirror, the mirror's image that I see reflected back at me, that is my own. And that's my point. So you Taurus have reached that level where you got it. You're going to take care of you first and foremost. And that the initial thought process, this is what I've been talking about. The initial thought process is about looking out for yourself first and foremost. It's never about doing it firstly because other people will find it attractive. It's never about that. There's no exceptions. It's always about you're doing it to make sure that you're healthy, right? And of course, if you want to secondly tie it at a close second because other people will find it attractive, there's not a problem with that. But you going to the gym, for instance, because people find it attractive, that was for people who are lost, right? Because those types of goofy goobers have thousands of following of stupid individuals. Like, how is it that these individuals ain't come to this conclusion yet, right? Trying to do everything they can to get a bunch of significant others, right? They worship this goofball Andrew Tate. Andrew, come on now. Andrew Tate is a goofy. And again, I'll say it to his face. I'll say it to his brother's face. I think y'all are goofy. What are you going to do about it? If you put your hands on me, anything goes at that point. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to fix you. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So come on. They goofies. So the thing is that the Queen of Swords now on the Page of Wands right here represents how, this is a situation where So in essence, you Taurus, basically, you get it. You have a strong understanding that from now on, you're not going to do anything for the sake, firstly, I'm talking about in first place, to attract somebody. You're going to do it because it is for you. So you understand why you're doing it, right? The purpose is for you. And the Queen of Swords now and the Page of Wands represents, but don't do it with anger in your heart. Don't do it because, because you're becoming more attractive, even more than what I've been talking about. You're becoming even more attractive than even what I've been talking about. And so because you're becoming even more attractive, don't look at it from a perspective of like, and this is what I've been talking about. Don't look at it from a perspective of you want to become attractive and more in like enticing, so that like other people can be jealous, and that you can now be like, oh, you're gonna treat them like trash. That's the wrong idea to have, because it's the wrong idea to have, because again, instead of you doing it to attract somebody, you're getting your stuff together to get people jealous. You don't want to do that. And then jealousy and envy and everything, you want to do it for the right reasons. When you do it for the right reasons, you have awareness, you have situational awareness. If you do it for the right reasons, you will understand that you're becoming even more attractive and all of that. But at the same time, you shouldn't be doing it to get other people jealous, right? You should be doing it to take care of yourself and everything like that. And as a default, people will become jealous naturally. There was a point in time myself where, I've made the conscious decision. This was back in 2010. I made the conscious decision to start really keeping myself up back in 2010, and to just kind of see how far I can go with, taking care of myself. And I think this is 2010. And at this time, long story short, I was hanging out with this person that had a reputation. I wasn't messing around with the person who had the reputation. She had a son who would be a good friend of mine at the time, and I knew her, and I knew her through her son, because I went to school with her son. But the mom I'm talking about, right, is who I was referring to. But the mom would have a reputation of liking them young, if you know what I mean. Anyway, would be doing all kind of stuff with anyway, that's a long story, right? That's a long story. The point that I'm trying to make here with that is, right, is that smashed all of his friends except for me. I was the only one that didn't engage in that, right? She liked them. She would just have a habit of smashing his friends, right? They're all over there. They're all legal. They're all past the age of 18. They're all 18 plus, right? So it's not like illegal. It's just that she just had a reputation of liking them super young and having to smash his friends, right? Embarrassing him. Anyway, me being the only one that didn't do it, it's ironic because I was at the time taking care of myself, all this stuff, new shoes, pants, just, you know what I'm saying? Taking care of myself and all of that, right? Obviously, a lot of people started to take notice of that, right? Now, again, I wasn't doing it for them. I was literally doing it for me. But the point is that when I was hanging out with her, I'm hanging out with her to understand her particular situation so I could bring her and my friend, which is her son, closer together, right? So that they could mend this. Because I'm trying to meet your mom so I can understand like what exactly is going on, right? Talking about the friend. But at that time, people was thinking that I was doing it, right? And they was starting to get jealous because I'm starting to pull up with brand new sneakers seemingly every week. It seems like every week, right? Brand new sneakers every week. I'm starting to pull up with you know what I'm saying? Trying to starting to change up a little bit or whatnot, or whatever the case may be. Meanwhile, that's not even it. Meanwhile, I'm just hanging out with some people at the time, right? That I would stop hanging out with eventually, but at the time or whatnot, and I'm doing my thing and I'm just chilling. And I just made the conscious thought to just do that myself. But I also have another group that I was talking about, right? That, like I said, I'm hanging out with or whatnot. And the Gemini is in it, right? And I'm not doing it to impress her either, but she is starting to notice as well. So I'm thinking stuff like this. So it's in tandem that they're going hand in hand. The point is that it incurred jealousy, right? Other people that knew me and knew the mom or whatever the case may be looked at that and they thought that I was doing it for her, and they thought that I was claiming her and like dating her and all this other type of stuff, and they got jealous. So what happened is that we ended up having a fight where like they punched me and stuff like this or whatever the case may be. So we fighting or whatnot. They end up, anyway, long story short, right? I ended up bleeding a lot because they smashed my head into the glass window in front of the building and everything like that. And I was like, you going to jail for this. So police ended up coming and arrested him, and the person who had a fight with me ended up getting arrested. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is, right, like, person trying to hurt me, the person punches like a punk and everything like that, but it incurred jealousy, and that's not necessarily something that you should be trying to stir up, because what happened is, again, people will go to great lengths to get away with harming you, unfortunately. So the Nine of Pentacles represents you. Again, you want to do this thing for all the right reasons. This is why it is that I say that a lot of these dating coaches, they don't be knowing what they be talking about. You know, they do in the sense that they do know what it is that they talking about, in the sense that they understand that they telling you wrong information. But then they don't understand what it is that they be talking about, in the sense that the guise of what it is, the what they say that it's for, it's not actually what it's for. They'll tell you that it'll bring results, but in actuality, it's not really going to bring you the results that you want. It'll bring you results in the sense that you will get attention, but you won't get the kind of attention that you want. And that's the gag. That's the thought process behind that, because it's to constantly keep you buying from them. Now, I'm saying all that to say the Nine of Pentacles represents you, Taurus, will do just fine not pressing so hard, because the next step for you, see, Scorpio, some of the Scorpios got this earlier this week. The next step for you the next step for you, Taurus, right? Because your opposite sign of Scorpio got it. The next step for you, Taurus, is for you to understand that there is no, like I said, there is nothing. You need to get to the void. There is nothing. You know, you understand that there's just go on about your life, live healthy as you possibly can. You approach somebody, you say what's up to them. You don't have to be the most smooth person in the world with your words. If the person needs you to be smooth, they're not the right person in the first place, because what they value is trash. Why do they need somebody that's the most smooth talking person in the world? That means that they like smooth talkers. You dig what I'm saying? So why that's important is because You take care of yourself. You go up to somebody. You say what's up. They want to be arrogant. They want to act like they're above you and all this stuff. You just simply go on about your business and go talk to somebody else when you want to. It's that simple. It's not that hard. The sun and the night, and the sun and the Knight of Cups. Excuse me. The sun and the Knight of Cups. Go on about your business. Enjoy your life. You can approach anybody whenever it is that you want, that you have access to approaching, right? Unless they're around bodyguards or something like this. But approach people that you want to approach, talk to them, get to know them, see where it goes. That is what it is that I've been talking about. So let's clarify the Knight of Cups. It really is that simple. The formula really is that simple. It really is. It's not complicated where you got to go up to somebody and you got to tell them a line or something like that. The dating coach is to get you to embarrass yourself so that you can become okay with, because people who are afraid of approaching, they don't want to be embarrassed. They don't want to mess it up. They don't want to get it wrong. And what you have to understand is stop caring about getting it wrong. That's the secret. The secret is experience. Stop caring about getting it wrong. It's not about going up to somebody and getting it right. It's about going up to somebody and being loose, being like in MMA, right? The best mixed martial artists are the ones who are comfortable in there. You know, not too comfortable, but comfortable enough to where they can let their skills fly. Same thing when it comes to getting to know somebody. Let your skills fly, because you have to become comfortable. You know, when I walk up to somebody, again, shrugs my shoulders, right? Well, I don't do it anymore, but because I still have it, so I can say when I walk up. When I walk up to somebody or whatnot, I'm not worried about getting rejected because I don't know them, you know, honestly. So to clarify the Knight of Cups, you have the Knight of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, and then you have the Seven of Cups. So these cards right here for you represent how a lot of you, Taurus, are in a situation where the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, right, Eight of Pentacles, there's so many fishes in the sea, Taurus. Oh my gosh, there's so many other people that you're going to get a chance to talk to. It's not even funny. You think that this is the end, and you, again, like I was saying throughout this entire reading, you really don't understand that people rejecting you, as long as, you know, it doesn't get to a point where it starts to frustrate you, it's nothing. This is hogwash. You know, the thing that you should really look at is the depths that people will go to be disrespectful. You know, that's what had me stop trying to date in the United States. That was because that's wild. Like, if a person isn't interested, just say that and set me free so I can get on with my life. This trying to get my attention, that's not kind of corny, that's corny. You know, you're insecure, you're lonely, you want all this amount of attention because you're insecure and you want to get, that's lame. That's lame. That's lame. That says that the person has a problem being by themselves, and they trying to make it seem like they don't. But anyway, the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Cups, excuse me, is about how, and it's gonna seem like it's whack at first because you think that you, Taurus, think that you're letting go of something, but you're actually gaining the world. You're gaining the universe. Because when you don't think from that perspective of you're trying to attract somebody, when you stand that perspective of you're trying to attract somebody, you're doing a lot of things for other people. As opposed to when you're doing something for yourself, other people are gonna look at you. I get a lot of looks when I'm out, just around, because a lot of people usually size a lot of people up, especially in New York. So, you know, I just go on about my business. I don't really care to date the United States, but other than that, that's pretty much it. You, Taurus, have so much more to learn. You have so much more people to talk to that you you know, potentially have a chance with. Don't allow yourself to get discouraged with the nonsense that you've experienced in the past. But that's it, though. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100,000 subs. I'm at 14,700 and something. I don't even know. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell. Set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.